Good evening and welcome to Happy Hour with the Cardinals. We're live at Conrads Ale House and Restaurant in Liberty. I'm Chase Kearney. Joining me tonight is head men's basketball coach Chris McCabe. Coach, how are you doing?
Good to see you, Chase. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you. Were you able to do anything fun for your break?
We got to spend a lot of time together, so that was a lot of fun, and Santa was good to us. So.
Good. So let's jump right in. The men had a dominant win over crosstown rival Rockhurst a few weeks ago. That vaulted back into the top half of the conference standings after a sluggish start. What are your feelings coming out of winter break?
Well, we feel good. I mean, winning 4 or 5 before we went down to Oklahoma, and then 3 of those being conference games was big for us. And then biggest thing is we were playing well. So you always want to win, but if you can win and play well, you feel good about it. And we were playing well to be up like we were against Rock, have a double-digit win against Lewis. You feel good about those things. So we felt good. Had a little setback going right up until break, but we've had some good practices, and now we go, 8 weeks, 15 games in the GLVC, and the guys know they got to be ready, and there'll be some really, really good challenges, and it starts this weekend. UIS on Thursday and Quincy on Saturday, and they're tied for second in the league right now, both 3-1, and both good teams, well coached. So we got to make sure that we're ready and play well.
So you hit on it a little bit. You've got a really tough January schedule. Illinois, Springfield, and Quincy this week, who are both, much improved from last year, followed by Truman State and a rematch with Rockhurst before hosting top 5 ranked UMSL. I mean, that's a whole lot in 1 month. How are you keeping the team focused on the next opponent?
Well, part of it is the fact that we played 10 games in 22 days in the first semester. We really don't have much of an option because we already did it. Now, the general approach hopefully helps. You got a veteran group who's heard the same message from us that, we got a big game coming up because it's the next game, and that doesn't change no matter who it's against. And we know that. And we have a lot of respect for Coach Brock in Illinois Springfield, and we thought they're going to be pretty darn good before the season started. So for them to be voted like they were kind of surprised us. But then watching tape on them, talking to people about them, I mean, they're good. And then Coach Hawkins, new at Quincy, but an experienced guy. And then the battle with UMSL, you mentioned them being top 5 in the country. I mean, they lost all their players. And, their staff just has our immense respect. And they bring in 14 new guys, and they haven't lost yet. 12-0, ranked 5th in the country. And obviously last time we played them, right down in the conference tournament, we have a shot we think is going to go in with 13 seconds left. And so there's no doubt that the schedule is going to be very tough, and we're going to have to be focused for it, but we have practice time for it, whereas when we played first semester, we were just playing. So now we got some time where we really got to teach them and show areas of improvement.
So you talked about our guys. Jordan Germain, GLVC Player of the Week on December 12th, averaged 21 points, shot over 50% from the floor and from the three-point line in 2 big wins. He's really picked up where he left off last season when he earned all GLVC second-team honors. Is he doing anything different from last season? What's allowing him to be so successful?
He's so steady, Chase. He's just so consistent, so steady. You know what you're going to get. His teammates know what they're going to get. You know what kind of plays you need from him. We want him to be more vocal. We're on him about being more vocal. I think that's the next evolution for Jordan. But, he's a skilled player, and he's not just a shooter, which is something that makes him, he's a legit 6'3". So when you play him and if you take away a shot, he's got enough ball skill to be able to go by you, and he's tall enough where he can jump up and shoot over you. He's got that little 15, 18-foot jump shot he's pretty good at. But then something that Jordan's had success with that probably is, getting in the weeds a little bit, but Mason Alexander's helping his success because perimeter-wise, if you put the best defender on Jordan, well, then Mason's going to draw some attention, and he's able to have some big games. And then you look at what Isaac's done off the bench, and then Kobe and Grant. There's some versatility there that helps Jordan, allows him to be himself and play. But super skilled player, super smart, really, really good player for us.
So you talked about Mason a little bit. Mason, extremely well known in the GLVC for being a tremendous shooter. Still average. This season, averaging nearly 4 assists per game with an assist-to-turnover ratio of 2.0, still averaging double figures himself, but is making his teammates look great in the process. I see him taking, what the other team is giving him. But I also see a lot of maturity in his basketball. What kind of example does that set for your young players?
Yeah, he's as important as any player we've had in my 4 years, and he means as much to me as any player I've ever coached because it hasn't always been the easiest thing for Mace, and I don't know if we've always agreed about everything, but what we went through last year and for him to come on at the end of the year like he did, there's a direct correlation between him playing as well as he did at the end of the year and our team's success at the end of the year. And then for him to want to come back when he had options, right? He had options to go and play other places, and he loves his teammates, he loves school, he's able to come back and play again. He picked up where he left off, and he's continued that. So he's as well respected of a teammate as I've ever had. Just players respect him. They love playing with him. They love being around him. They love the example he sets. And he's an incredible competitor too. Incredible competitor, incredible worker. High achiever, achieves in the classroom. Right? I mean, he's a stud, man. We love him, and he's a huge part of what we've been able to try to get going.
So let's talk farm to table. Grant Stubbs, a local product from here in Liberty. Put in valuable minutes in December after stepping into the starting five for an injured Trey Shannon. Averaged 11 points and shooting almost 57% in the last 4 games. What can you tell us about him? What makes him stand out, and how proud should he make this city?
Oh, man. Grant's 101, man. He's the best. We love him. I tell you, the Grant Stubbs stories, you gotta drop the scroll and go through it, and we could pick up on, I don't know. We got a couple of them from this weekend. We got a couple of them from last year. He's the best, man. Coachable, incredible motor, right? I mean, he's got the most incredible motor. When we recruited him, that was the first full year I could really recruit, and it was 1920, and we knew how important he was for our class, and we really wanted Grant. We wanted to make it cool to be a Jewel. We wanted a Liberty kid. We wanted the connection with the community, and his father being an All-American, it meant so much to us. And we thought he was going to be a really, really good player for us. We had no idea he was going to be this good. I mean, he's really good. And he does it in a variety of ways. He plays as hard as anybody. He cares as much as anybody. But he is one of one, and we're glad he's one of us.
Yeah, my favorite GIF I've ever seen is him running back down the court doing raise the roof. You got it, Coach.
We taught the campers at this summer at camp. After you make a good play, you do the stubs, and you raise the roof a little bit.
So, time for your favorite part.
Oh, no.
Our Twitter questions.
Yeah.
This one won by a resounding margin in terms of voting. What is your most used emoji?
Oh, man. What is my most used emoji? What do you think, Ellie? I go with the crying, laughing emoji a lot. Yeah. Because I'm a funny guy.
Yeah, well, yeah. Sure, maybe.
Yeah, and so I go to that a lot. It'd be the crying, laughing emoji. Yeah.
Okay. Well, lighthearted, serious on the basketball court, but lighthearted everywhere else.
Yeah, just a fun guy,
Coach, thanks for joining us tonight. Good luck the rest of the season. This has been head men's basketball coach Chris McCabe, and we are live from Conrads Ale House and Restaurant of Liberty. Eat, drink, local.